Hello. This is Yuri with Moving Sales Professionals and Let's Talk Moving podcast. And with me today, I got Moe Hostetler with B2B Moving out of Youngstown, Ohio. How you doing today, Mo?
Oh, I'm doing good. You. It's good seeing you, buddy.
Good, good, good. Good to have you on. So, Mo, let's just get to it. So, how did you get started in the moving industry?
Man, so it's so crazy because I first started, I had my own little company. I started B2B a while back. Wow, it was such a small company and I was trying to get my feet wet, right? And I met a guy in our local area, Tim Krupp. I think everyone know him. Um, he asked me to move to Columbus and started a company, started a branch. And that's how, I really got immersed into the moving industry. And that's how I even met you, Yuri.
Yeah, yeah. Because at that time, when you started in Columbus, we were doing the sales for Akron location, and we did all the sales for Columbus location. And now for a word from our sponsors. If you're a moving business owner, you may have already heard of Moversville, an email marketing service that helps moving companies increase, repeat, and referral business. But have you heard of Moversville Connect? Moversville Connect is an incredible resource for all things moving. They feature an array of vendors and services that cater specifically to the moving industry. You can find companies that provide moving software, moving sales services, marketing services, moving equipment providers, and much, much more. Visit moversville.com today to learn more for crop
You
moving.
did. You did.
So yeah, it's a small world. People get attached, and now like all these years later, we're working together,
Yep.
and we're trying to get things going here for B2B moving, with moving sales professionals. So, how long have you been in the industry at this point, Mo?
So I've been in the industry about 7 years now. Yeah,
Okay.
it's been 7 years now since I started till now. Yes.
Okay. And what is your goal with B2B? What are you trying to get to? What are your plans?
Man, with B2B, I'm just trying to really my goal is to build a really good company, right? I'm trying to build a company that because I know how to build a company. I've done it before, right? I've done it where you started, and I learned from that. So now with all that experience that I've had, I just want to build a company that really cater to customer needs. Build a really good company that actually listen to customer because moving is truly, truly stressful for family. And we want to be that company that can come in really and customer don't have to worry about that stress. We can really take it off that plate and do a stress-free move for them.
Does your company need more creative marketing and ad campaigns to improve traffic and organic leads? Well, Moving Sales Professionals has a solution for you. We have partnered with social media marketing agency that has over 300 million views on their ads and videos across social media, and they have generated over $35 million for their clients over the last 10 years alone. Their services include content creation, social media ads, pay-per-click campaigns, website and funnel development, Google Ads, email marketing campaigns, lead generation, and much, much more. For limited time only, they have discounted rates for their services. Sign up for a free consultation call with us via our Calendly link on our website or below this video. And I think that is important because at the end of the day, if you're trying to build a company in this industry or any industry in general, you want to make sure that your clients feel like they're being taken care of and not being taken advantage of. Obviously, we know all the stories and all the stigma that's out there involving moving companies and brokers and what have you, and having all these people taking advantage of people that are simply trying to change their life or better their life. They're excited about buying a new home, or they're excited about moving into a bigger place, but they're trying to change their life. And we, as companies or as people that cater to this industry, cater to these customers, we want to make sure that they feel taken care of. Because if they do, realistically, they're going to be your customers for years and years to come. And you're talking about referrals, you're talking about
No,
repeat
absolutely.
customers, you're talking about all these things. And I think the experience that we leave them with, the feeling that we leave them with is just as important as us getting them to choose the company that we're working on behalf of or whatever the case may be. So I think it's extremely important. So the fact that you're doing that's great. That's a great focus.
No, absolutely. When I started with the company in Columbus, I always had it in the back of my mind that we want to be a company that customer can refer us to, that family, that friends. And that's the same mentality here with B2B, because at the end of the day, we can do all the marketing we want. But if we are doing one job and we are doing it really bad and the customers are not calling us again, that's not a good recipe.
Yeah, you want to build a good reputation. You want to build a brand.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
where do you see the industry going in the next 5 years? What's your feeling? You're out there on the
Well, the fact
front.
that, man, the fact that I also have a computer background, right? And I understand with AI and everything coming, man, I truly, truly believe, right? Any company that can win the online war, right? That can win, when it comes to just online presence. Those are the company that have longevity in this game. And that's where I see it, especially from a technology point of view, like being able to be on every platform, right? And be able to really engage with customer. And not only that, but when you send your guys out that they are able to execute to the fullest, like no if and but, cut the bullshit out and just go straight to it. Yeah, that's where I see the industry going completely.
Yeah, I agree. So I think social media is the way of the future. You guys hear me talk about that time and time again. And the usually the picture that I always use for that is, look, if you go to any mall in North America and you go through the mall, just walk through it, right? Every other person you pass is going to have a cell phone in their hand. Every other person you pass is going to be doing something that's related to social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or chatting with their friends, whatever they're doing, they're out there. So as professionals, B2C professionals, I mean, in my case, I'm B2B, obviously, but for B2C professionals, it is so important for you guys to get in front of these people because you gotta think about it as a long-term game. It's not necessarily immediate because a lot of the people that you're seeing using social media are young. You know, you're talking about kids that are anywhere from 10 to 18 years old, right? But here's how you gotta think about this. Those kids are your future clients.
Yep, yep,
So if
yep.
they start liking whatever it is that you're putting out there today, by the time they're grown enough to move into their first college dorm, move into their first off campus apartment, get their first house, move to a bigger house because they got a family now. By the time they get there, if you have been basically you know, in the background part of their life because they're tuning into your channel and they're looking and they like your content and they follow you. By the time it gets to a point where they actually need to move, they're not even thinking about any other mover but you because you've been in their life for X amount of years. So this is not something that's like for some people, yeah, for the ones that are older, they may be using you tomorrow. But you also got to think longevity and you got to think future planning and you got to think that these are your future customers. So if you're trying to build your business to be around for many years to come, that's the path that you got to take.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Like when I said, even like being on every platform, even such as TikTok, right? Like you said, the younger generation, so they are on TikTok so heavily. Facebook is not going nowhere. Instagram is not going nowhere. So these places, if you can really capture those audience, and the people that are on there, I mean, you got something. You got something.
And that's what you got to build overall. I mean, whether it's for me as B2B business, obviously I'm trying to get in front of all of you guys that are watching this podcast, right? And for you guys, you're trying to
Yeah,
get in front of the people that are your future customers or current customers, so it's you definitely trying to grow that so that you're much more than just a moving company. That's what you want to grow. Your brand
correct.
needs to be there. It's all about product placement and stuff like that. And it's in such little things. You got Mo wearing his hat. He got his logo on top of his hat. That's product placement, right? If he had in the background behind him, if he had a picture of his truck with his logo on it, that would be product placement. So there's all these multiple things
Mm-hmm.
that could be done, right? Now, Mo, what would you recommend for
Absolutely.
new companies that are just starting out?
Like for anyone that's starting in this moving industry, first and foremost, you got to be passionate. You got to be passionate about what you do, right? I can even imagine, right, not being passionate about moving, right? Because you got to understand, I came from a technology background, right? And a lot of people say, why would you come into the movie industry? Well, I'm truly, truly passionate about moving. Like, some people, some owners don't want to go on a truck. I remember even like when I started the company in Columbus, I was on a truck every day, right? When we first started, and as time goes on, I scaled back a little bit because I needed in the office a little more. But if you are not passionate about the industry, you are not passionate about making customer happy, giving them the absolute best move, man, just don't come into the industry. But if you are, I think that's the way. I think that's the way. That is absolutely the way for new people that are coming into this field. It can't just be about the money that you can make. You have to wake up in the morning and be excited about what you do. Because for me, dude, that's all. That's I don't have no plan B. This is it. I'm very passionate about moving. I really love going and meeting my customer. I love to put, smile on my customer face. And I'm crazy about review. I love review. I will go on B2B and just read a review and just hear the nice things people are saying about my company. And that's gotta drive you.
Overall, you need to make sure you, once again, get going back to building a brand, going back to building a buzz about your company in your local community, and just overall. And this, honestly, right now I'm doing some calls for Mo, so I can tell you, it's so great to hear from somebody that's already booked that says, "Hey, I met with some family yesterday, and they asked me which company I was using, and I told them B2B, and they said, "Oh, I heard it's a great company. I heard a lot of really great things about it." It's so refreshing to hear that, and it's great, and it makes you feel, it inspires you, right? It inspires you to do even better work than you're already doing. It inspires you to go an extra mile, to go even farther. Any parting words for our listeners? Any advice? What do you
Man,
think?
I mean, look, this industry is really good to you if you are good to it, right? Like this industry is really like I've seen it firsthand. I know I'm starting B2B and we've been open out now for very long, but I've been at the top, right? I ran, a lot of people, I ran a company my first year and we make $1 million. And that's no, I'm not just pushing it out there, but I've done that. I built a team. I have a lot of good, people around me, and I've had a lot of good team. So I'm telling you, like, if you want to be very successful in this industry, look, this industry is super hungry for new faces, right? There are guys that have been in the industry for so long. There are people that started out doing like, the yellow page and gradually, they're learning about the internet and all this stuff. I'm telling you, this industry is hungry for new faces. And this is a new generation that's coming, like a new generation of movers like myself that's super passionate, putting customer first, that super like all about the online present. if you want to be a part of this journey, this industry, that's what you have to do. And it can't just be about money. You have to want to make the industry better as a whole. And that's
And
it.
I agree, and I think that's what we're all trying to do.
Yeah.
We want to we ultimately we don't want the companies in the industry that are destroying the customers, that are mistreating the customers. We want companies in the industry that care about the customer because that's who's going to feed you.
Oh yeah.
Why would you bite the hand that feeds you, right?
That's fact. That's
So,
fact.
and that's the reality. But Mo, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure. And as I always say, the world moves on its own, so let the professionals move yours for you. Thank you for joining us for the podcast. Please like, please subscribe, please support us. Check out Mo on Instagram. He's got a couple of things out there as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.